everybody, and today I'm here to talk about Beetlejuice. So, with the honor of the sequel that came out, and by the way, I've seen it, and I can't wait to talk about it. But we're going to be talking about the original classic, Beetlejuice. It came out, I think, 1988. So, I rewatched this movie, and the first time I saw it, my mom introduced it to me. And I gotta say, this is easily Tim Burton's most fun, wacky style of, filmmaking. Because Tim Burton always had, a unique style of filmmaking, like a goth vibe you get from this movie, Nightmare Before Christmas, Edward Scissorhands, Wednesday. But in this movie, it's about a couple who has tragically died in a car accident, and they are now ghosts of their own house. But it isn't until a new couple and their daughter move in, and now they are trying to scare this family away, and also getting the villainous Beetlejuice to scare them away so they can have the house to themselves. So, when I saw this movie, I just thought it was super fun. I don't consider myself the biggest Beetlejuice fan, but this is a movie that a lot of people probably seen. If you haven't, I don't know what you're doing, but we got Michael Keaton as Beetlejuice. Honestly, when I saw Michael Keaton as Beetlejuice, I couldn't even recognize him because he's got all the makeup, wacky hair, and the cool suit. And he's he kind of reminds, this is a weird take, but he kind of reminds me of Deadpool. Deadpool's all about breaking the fourth wall, and he's the comic relief, and he's anti-hero. Beetlejuice seems more like full-on villain in this movie, but also he has some good, since the villains of this movie are the family in this movie, except for Lydia, played by Winona Ryder. So her character is really interesting. She's definitely a highlight of this movie. She's really, she wears all gothy clothes, and it was definitely inspiration for later Tim Burton's works, Wednesday, or I don't know, his other movies. But her character dynamic is good once she meets the couple in this movie. I think their names are Barb and Adam. And one of them's played by Alec Baldwin. The less we talk about him, the better. But, yeah, the couple in this movie, they're really interesting. It's wild the way they died. They, went into, a car, and then they crashed through a barn, and then a dog somehow caused them to crash, and then the dog lets go, and then they fall in. But the really creative aspect of this movie is what happens to our fellow characters after they die. The couple's given a book of various rituals and stuff, and when they open the door, they're in some completely different dimension, and it was definitely unique for its time, and it's definitely more unique now, even for the sequel. And the way they do it also is they can also draw chalk on the wall. And, you have to knock it 3 times. I thought that was really creative. But, after you die, apparently in the world of Beetlejuice, you literally have to go, you're in this, office room with a bunch of other dead people, and they've probably died over the top ways. And they're listed as, dead or something. And so they accepted their fates as death. But once this family moves in, they first don't believe there's ghosts. There's even a landscaper guy who's trying to remodel the whole house or something. They even smash something in the wall once they arrive. And once this all happens, they try to hire Beetlejuice. We see a little commercial of him, and I thought that commercial of him as a cowboy was funny. And the only way to summon him is if you say his name 3 times. And I've already said his name 3 times in this video, but it'd be interesting. But once they actually try to do it on their own, they try to possess the family, except for Lydia, because she meets the the couple, and they get along really well, and that's like the highlight of their relationship in this movie. But they possess them, and they do like this dance and this song. I don't know, I forget what it's called, but like I never liked that song. That seems like a hot take, but yeah, that scene was super funny. uh but things take a turn for Lydia, as she does not like her family at all. Like, she actually wants to kill herself so she can be with the couple. But they try to convince her, no, you got so much life or something. Even though their little skit didn't work. So they do try to get Beetlejuice. And Beetlejuice does actually try to scare them. And like he turns into like this giant like zombie thing. I don't know what it's called. Like this giant worm thing. We even see like a giant worm when they go into the afterlife. But they realize that Beetlejuice is causing too much chaos, as he is just chaotic. And so they summon him back, and he goes into like some... One of the other things in this movie is the husband, Adam, he has like this miniature model set of like of the entire hometown they live in. And and Beetlejuice is sent there, and he hangs out with the ladies there. While that's all going on, the couple starts to the other couple, Lydia's parents, they start to realize that maybe there are ghosts in this house. And so they try to put this ritual on them to summon them, and they end up in this husband and wife like gown, and then it's actually killing, and they actually find the book that they've been using, and they use it to try to cast a spell, and Lydia's trying to stop them from doing it because it'll just kill them. Because they died once, because once they died, they thought they were still alive, but this time it's actually permanent. So apparently you can kill spirits in this movie. Even though they did try to scare the family. I did like the scenes where they show brutal scenes where it looks like the wife's decapitated him. But like they're just saying it's not working. But things finally, they do take a toll once they even start to turn like into decrepit zombies. I thought that was like, ooh. But Lydia decides that she's going to try to summon Beetlejuice, and he can't say his own name, so he gets Lydia to say it, but she has to make a deal. She has to marry Beetlejuice. So, but the only way he'll help her save the couple is if she marries him. And so she ends up learning his name, and she says it 3 times, and so he is summoned, and he actually manages to save the couple from getting killed, and they are saved. But Beetlejuice, is about to marry Lydia, and she's end up in like this red dress, and they are about to marry. But I think Barb, the wife in this, she ends up using like the worm in the afterlife. She ends up using it to kill Beetlejuice, go back into the realm. But the movie ends with Beetlejuice like getting his head shrunk, and I think they basically scare the family off. And so things do work out, and Lydia ends up going to some school, and then she returns, and she's best friends with the couple, and they even study together, and the movie ends with her levitating, and that's Beetlejuice. So Beetlejuice was a very fun movie. My only issue was like I think it was too short, but it has that creative feel to it. The latest one, it was a bit 10 minutes longer. But I don't know, runtime, maybe it's not a big deal. But Beetlejuice, I'd probably give it like an 8 out of 10 or a 7. A high 7. But what do you think of Beetlejuice? So and I don't know what I'm going to review next. I'll have to look and see. But anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next.